In this video, I'm breaking down pricing strategy and why it's so important to your overall marketing plan. Hey guys, I'm Brandon and I want to welcome you back to Marketing with Brandon, or if you're new here, welcome. On this channel, I teach you all about marketing so that you can use it to grow a sustainable business. And so if you're interested in that type of content, we do videos every week and you should hit that subscribe button, then hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. Now, this video is actually part 3 in a 4-part series where we're discussing the marketing mix. Now, the marketing mix, if you're new to marketing, are the 4 basic pillars or things that you have to consider when you're creating a marketing plan. Without any of these components, you're probably planning for failure. So the marketing mix is also referred to as the 4 Ps: product, place, pricing, and promotion. And we've already talked about product and place or distribution in previous videos, and I will leave a YouTube card with the playlist in it right up top right now in case you missed out. So today, of course, we're talking about pricing and how it affects your overall marketing strategy. Now, there are several different types of pricing strategies, and we're not going to be able to cover them all in one video. Now, if you want a separate series breaking down each of these pricing strategies individually, let me know in the comments below, and I may put that on the slate for later videos. But today we're talking about pricing strategy as a whole and why it is so important. Pricing is probably one of the more important pillars of the marketing process because you have to know how much of a profit you can make, whether or not your product is sustainable from a business standpoint. And you also need to know what effect the pricing is going to have on your target audience, whether or not you're going to be able to promote to the audience that you would like to based on the price that your product costs. So first, let's go ahead and go through a couple of examples of different types of pricing strategies, and then we can illustrate a little bit more what I mean by how it affects your customer base. So the simplest and probably the most commonly understood pricing strategy is cost-based pricing, where you're making a product, you are producing a widget, as they may say in business school, and it costs you X amount of dollars to create this product. Let's just say, for the example, we're selling denim jackets. It cost me $7 to produce a denim jacket. When I factor in the labor, materials, machinery, over time, it's going to cost me $7 to produce every single jacket. And so using a simple cost-based pricing or markup pricing, I can say, all right, I want a 50% markup or a 50% return on my investment, right? Therefore, the $7 it costs me to create this jacket, I'm going to add 50% to that price. So $3.50 is 50% of 7. So my retail price based on that markup is going to be $10.50, right? Simple enough, and it's really easy to understand. And a lot of people, when they are first starting out, may go toward this cost-based pricing because it's simple for them and it's easy for them to project how many things they're going to be able to sell and therefore how much product they're going to make, or how much profit, I should say, they're going to make. Now, some of the downfalls with cost-based pricing is it's linear, meaning the less you sell, the less you make. And it kind of maxes you out at a certain point. Everyone has a maximum capacity on the products that they're selling, unless they're digital, right? Let's say, for example, you can only make 100 jackets per week, right? Whether that's because you're limited in your machinery, you're limited in your materials and how long it takes to get materials in, or you just don't have enough workers, enough laborers to create this product. So you can make 100 jackets per week. And if you're only making $3.50 per jacket, that means you're making $3,500 a week. Now, if you're just a solo operation, maybe that's good, right? But if you're a huge corporation, $3,500 a week is not going to cover all your expenses, is not going to cover all your employees. So this means in order to use this cost-based pricing with this 50% markup on such a cheap or cheaply made product, Well, you've got to sell a lot of products to stay in business. Enter companies like Amazon or Walmart, right? These are companies that are huge and they do billions of dollars in revenue to make millions of dollars in profit, right? So that's one example. Now, on the extreme opposite end of cost-based pricing, there's value-based pricing, meaning people pay what they feel the product is worth in the open market. Now, you most commonly will see value-based pricing from service businesses. Let's just say I'm selling business services. I'm a marketer. So things that I do include Facebook ads, marketing strategy, different consultations, and I also include done-for-you services as well, where I come up with the strategy and I implement it for you. Now, I know that depending on your level of investment, I can make you thousands to even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's just say, for the sake of this example, I can make your business $100,000 in profit using my methods. Well, if I know that I can create $100,000 of profit for you, then I can very confidently price my services at $10,000 or even more. But let's just say $10,000. Now, at $10,000 a month for a $100,000 profit, you would gladly pay me to create that revenue for your business, right? So for some people, they might say, well, I do marketing services for $50 an hour, no matter who comes to me. Well, that's fine, but that's more of a cost-based pricing structure, right? It costs you about this much time to trade for your money, so on and so forth, right? And instead, I'm advocating for value-based pricing because you can make more money, you can serve more people, and you can ultimately be more profitable for yourself. But there's no one-size-fits-all pricing strategy. There are other pricing strategies as well. For example, there's competitor-based pricing. Let's say you are an author you want to self-publish children's books. Well, if you go to any Barnes and Noble, you'll see that many children's books cost anywhere from $10 to $20, right? So if you're going to be creating a book and selling it, the average customer that you're going after is used to paying anywhere from $10 to $20. So if you decide to sell your book for $40, you may be out of touch with your customer base, and because of that, your product sales may suffer. Now, there are a lot of complex strategies included in pricing. You've got to kind of understand, or you've got to understand different concepts, such as the price elasticity of demand, meaning the more people want your product, the more it's actually worth to the market. For example, retro Air Jordan sneakers. The Last Dance just finished premiering, right? And I love the series, and there are a lot of people that love the series, right? And there are a lot of shoes that Michael Jordan wore on that TV show that are now worth something more in the eyes of the audience that watched that show, right? Now, some things that Nike and Jordan brand have going for them. Nike or Air Jordan retro sneakers are typically limited. Now, when I say limited, they're not limited to 10 or even 100 pieces. They're limited to hundreds of thousands of pieces, but there are millions of people that want the product, right? So every single week, a new Air Jordan sneaker is released online from anywhere from $190 to $220. And that's a lot of money. When you think about it, the average Nike sneaker that you see in the store right now is anywhere from $50 to $75. What makes the Jordan sneakers worth twice as much? It's not the cost of the materials, because they're made out of the same things. It doesn't cost them any more time or money to make Air Jordan sneakers because they're not a luxury good. They're a pretty inexpensive consumer product. But because the perceived value is so high for Air Jordans, there are so many different factors that go into it, such as, was this particular shoe a shoe that Michael Jordan wore in one of those championship seasons? Did he wear it on the court at all? Was this an original colorway? How many times have they been released before? There are tons of factors that go into deciding how much is this shoe worth. And to the average person on the street, it's like, they're tennis shoes, they're sneakers. You get them dirty, you buy a new pair. It's not important. But to someone who's a diehard Michael Jordan fan, they're willing to pay that extra money for that premium product. And that is an incredible lesson in supply and demand. And it's something that we should all look at when we're thinking about pricing our products. Now, pricing strategy is important, not just because of how much profit it can make you, but it's also important because of what type of customer you can go after based on your price. For example, let's talk about a luxury brand such as Louis Vuitton, right? With a Louis Vuitton purse, you're going to go after a certain type of customer. You're probably not going after someone who's watching daytime television, right? Because these people who live this high luxury life, they're probably business people. They're probably busy during the day, right? They might live in a major city where they have to commute into work downtown every day, right? So instead of advertising to them on TV during The Young and the Restless, right? Maybe you've got to advertise to them with a billboard on Fifth Avenue or in Times Square, right? Maybe you've got to advertise to them on other websites, right? And so, or websites that they're frequenting. So again, you can't be, based on your pricing, you can't go after the same customer if you're Louis Vuitton as someone who is selling Guess purses at a cheap retail or discount retailer. So when we talked about in the first video in this series, we talked about selecting your audience before you decide what product you want to offer to them. That's important. Knowing your audience is going to help you determine how much you can charge. Because if you know, let's go back to our example from video 1, we're selling organic baby products to expectant moms who are busy, who might be on the go, but want safe products and not to infect their kids with whatever might be in plastic, right? Well, we know that, yes, there are some organic moms who are stay-at-home moms who come from households with, mid-level to even high income and who just want the very best. So you can create premium organic products in that way. Or you can create value organic products, right? Think Trader Joe's versus a Whole Foods, for example. Trader Joe's is known for having organic and really, nice or healthy products without the expensive price tag. But Whole Foods is known for having the best of the best and a great shopping experience as well. So there are plenty of things that determine how much you can charge, but understand that your pricing is going to determine who your customer can be. So there are so many different ways that pricing affects your overall marketing plan. But as we talk about it in the next video, you'll understand that we start talking about promotion, right? Well, if I am promoting a Louis Vuitton wallet, I'm not going to promote it inside a taxi cab in some suburban city, right? Because the people that I'm going after don't live in those suburban cities or don't take taxi cabs from them. Right? So your price is going to help you determine who your customer is, how you target them, and how you promote to them. And that's why pricing strategy is so important. Now, again, if you want a video breaking down these pricing strategies in more detail, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to add them to the upcoming slate of videos. Next video, we're going to talk about promotional strategies and how they fit in the overall marketing mix. And if you like this video, if it's helpful, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button and then hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. I'll see you in another video very soon. Until then, be safe and be well. See ya.